are live on YouTube as well. So if you haven't already, go over there and hit that subscribe button. So don't forget, Saturday night, everybody will be doing a huge announcement for the giveaway that we'll be doing in the next week. I think everybody will be happy with this announcement because everybody has multiple chances of winning. So yeah, all right, you ready to jump right into Raw? Because tonight's SmackDown Live was not too, should I say, glorious. Because why don't we just start with SmackDown Live first and then jump into Raw? Because to me,
Okay.
SmackDown Live was a pretty bad show tonight. We had a opening match, which was nice, between Daniel Bryan, Mustafa Ali. But after that, I think SmackDown Live, in my opinion, I could, y'all could have different opinions here. Just kind of went downhill after that. I was really excited to see Daniel Bryan versus Mustafa Ali, despite the numerous commercials during the match. Not sure why they kept doing that. And we had a rap battle. We had a interesting tag match between Nakamura, who else? Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and Rusev. And then we had the excuse me, the rematch, the match that they hyped up so much, and with a disqualification because Charlotte grabs the kendo stick, kind of like what she did with Ronda, and just kind of beat the living shit out of Asuka to get disqualified. Um, so
Well, then
that's a little
Oscar
bit of
got
a quick, little
revenge.
bit. Yeah, she did get her revenge eventually. So that's a little quick rundown of SmackDown Live. So we'll kind of do it like we do on Saturday night, kind of run through how we run through Impact and NXT. What is some of the highlights, Dave, from SmackDown Live tonight?
I think the opening stuff with Daniel Bryan was good when he's slapping Mustafa Ali and all that. That was kind of funny. But yeah, the match was good too. A lot of people didn't care for it, I guess, the match itself because they wanted it to be longer. It wasn't long enough. So,
The
I
only
mean, one
thing,
thing was.
the
Oh, go ahead.
only gripe I have about the match, it was not that it wasn't long enough. Sure, it could have been longer. It was the numerous amount of commercials. It seemed
Well, they
like
did do
there
the
was
split screen,
they did do the split screen, and I don't mind that. But you had what is that move that he does,
the
Mustafa
yes
Ali?
lock. Oh, yeah, we
No,
got okay.
the the move off the top rope. I always forget the
Oh, Spanish Fly.
Spanish fly. Thank you. I always get the Falconera and that one mixed up. You did that
Yeah,
during a commercial break in that little small ass little box. You had that
yeah,
move shown off. It just didn't seem
yeah.
like the it just didn't seem right to have some of these commercial breaks during this match, and it would have been nice if had maybe one or two, but it just seemed like they cut to commercial break after every 5 minutes. It seemed like.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about Raw too, where it goes to commercials. Like, oh, commercial again. It came back, another commercial. You get so many commercials. And didn't we hear like over the summer, USA Network is going to limit the commercial breaks we take for Raw and SmackDown?
Right. Yeah.
And it doesn't
Um,
seem like that at all.
no,
I mean,
no. I mean, tonight to me was commercial overload. There was so many I mean, during the main event. You're thinking, okay, we got all these commercials to kind of maybe get out of the way at the beginning of SmackDown, so maybe the main event will kind of go commercial free a little bit. Maybe they'll have maybe one, maybe two. No, they had quite a bit of commercials during the main event match, where the match itself was shown on TV for maybe 10 minutes.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
just
that's the world we live in, though. It's all about advertising and commercial, especially during this season right now we're in, especially during the holiday season. I mean, we're getting all these holiday commercials, so they're trying to get as many in as they can in 2 hours. But man, yeah, it was. I'll agree with you on that. It felt really like there was like crap, another commercial. Dang, this commercial with Mustafa Ali and Daniel Bryan. This is gonna go on for like 5 minutes. I swear. And
yeah,
that
and you're what
commercial never ended.
yeah, exactly. You're watching a commercial that's almost full screen, and you got that little box in the corner. Granted, I'm not complaining about it because it doesn't it keeps you still there with the action. But for
Yeah,
God's sakes, the commercials were going long to where you're like, okay, can we get the match back now? They're getting really good, and then you get the Spanish fly off the top rope. It's
I
just
know, and then you get like another 30-second commercial for the USA right when he got him in the yes lock. It's like, is he gonna tap
yeah,
out during the commercial
yeah.
break?
It's
I'm
like
like,
what is going on? Right.
yeah, it's like I was like, he's gonna tap out before he comes back from commercial.
This was not a very well produced SmackDown Live tonight. And we got to be fair. If we're gonna shit on Raw when Raw is bad, I'm gonna do the same thing for SmackDown Live. And tonight's SmackDown Live, the rap battle was horrible.
See,
Uh,
I liked it.
no, I just
I
didn't.
like one side of the rap battle.
When
I
you
thought.
okay,
Oh, go ahead.
let me just say this: when you have a rap battle, the first one, and it was that good, your expectations for this rap battle, to me, you thought it'd at least be good. And if you're gonna follow it being a second rap battle, at least be somewhat entertaining. Entertaining the Ice Ash Shamey or whatever the hell. It didn't do anything for me. The Usos to me was kind of the same stuff that they sounded like last year. Nothing new. Thank you, Dr. Huge, for those super hearts. Really appreciate that. I don't know. I didn't really care for the rap battle too much. I thought it was a major fail.
See, I enjoyed the the shamey thing. I thought it was funny, but then I was like, the Usos just went out there and cut a promo, and that was it. I mean, that's all they did. So, let's say talk to the turnbuckle. I'm like, really? But that was just stupid to me. I didn't really care for their side of the little thing because it seemed like Sheamus and them went into it and tried to make something funny about it, and I thought
Right.
they did a good job. And then the Usos just cut a regular promo.
And is there a certain reason why Cesaro still wears his mouthpiece
Maybe he doesn't want to get
at
his
all
teeth
times?
knocked.
I know
Yeah,
his
I
teeth
get
were
okay.
shoved up his gums, and I apparently he had surgery to fix all that, but he
Oh, okay.
still wears a mouthpiece. He's rapping with a mouthpiece in his mouth. It was hard to understand what he was saying. That's all I'm
Maybe
saying.
I don't know. Maybe his mouth is still
Well,
really sensitive.
thank you
I
for
don't know.
sharing the broadcast. Thank you for those super hearts as well. Thank you, everybody, being so generous tonight. Must be my ho ho host glasses that I'm wearing tonight. Felt like in the festive mood a little bit. We had the Mustafa Ali Daniel Bryan match. Yeah, pretty
Rap
solid
battle
match despite the commercials.
commercials.
They had the rap battle. Then Shane McMahon, excuse me, the best in the world, Shane McMahon. Oh, and I'm sorry, we have to now call Daniel Bryan the new Daniel Bryan. He's no longer Daniel Bryan. He is now the new Daniel Bryan. So we
I
got the
like it.
best in the world, Shane McMahon, and The Miz, who is still begging Shane McMahon to become tag team partners with him. Now, talk about losing steam. Remember a couple of months ago, The Miz was the talk of the town.
Of the
Everybody loved The
IWC, yeah.
Miz. Everybody wanted The Miz to be the champion. Everybody wanted to see the Daniel Bryan and the Miz feud. It was just all about. Can we even say maybe it was possibly the summer of Miz a little bit? And then
Yeah.
he has just lost steam to where he is now begging a guy who's not even a real wrestler to be his tag team partner.
It's like,
What is going on?
it's kind of like Miz lost all his steam and Daniel Bryan picked it all up. I mean, that's what it seems like. Like right now, Daniel Bryan is on this roll.
Fickle.
Yeah, the fickle roll. And I mean, he's to me, he's killing it as a heel right now. And the Miz is just kind of like, this is the Miz I never really cared for. It's like this whiny, begging. I know we all know what's gonna happen. It's
Yeah, they're gonna
eventually gonna
eventually.
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
WrestleMania match right here: Shane McMahon versus The Miz. I'm sure something's gonna eventually happen. To
probably
where
another Hell in the Cell.
yeah, there goes Speed, surefire way to fuck up somebody's momentum, get him involved with Shane McMahon. Yeah, it's just weird. Like to me, he's like, why would you have The Miz, a guy that's a former champ in all categories, IC champ, tag champ, world champ? You have him begging Shane McMahon to be his partner, who won the tournament because he beat Dolph Ziggler, who replaced Miz. I just don't get the storytelling in here. Eventually, the Miz might
Hey,
get
it's
frustrated
better.
enough to where he attacks Shane. But
Yeah, I thought it was gonna happen tonight, honestly.
you
But
have Shane McMahon tonight beat two wrestlers in a handicap
well,
match.
well, and that one guy was wearing some Bret Hart on his tights, so it's like okay.
Oh my god. Talk about make Shane McMahon the goddamn champ already. If he's already the best in the world, why not just put the strap on him and then
Yeah.
pretty much clarify it already? It just I don't get the storytelling. Yes, we all know it's eventually going to be a match between the two. Probably not a Royal Rumble. You would have to expect WrestleMania, but golly, we're gonna get 4 more months of this shit of
Hey,
them
you know what?
back and
It could be
forth
worse.
bantering.
I mean, this could be a lot worse.
And
And
what's that?
we could be seeing the whole thing we've seen a lot of other guys on SmackDown. Sorry, creative has nothing for you, so you're just gonna sit in the back and do nothing. Like Cien Almas, like Sanity, who's been called up for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. I
Oh,
mean,
see,
this could not be.
I forgot a little. Like someone put a stat out about Cian Almas the last time he's won a match, and I think it was like an early, like near the end of the summertime. So yeah, talk
I bet
about.
you.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I bet you Almas would take a few to Shane McMahon right now just to get on TV.
Uh, Look at all these guys that SmackDown just doesn't have either time
Yeah,
for,
I
or they
think that's the
don't
big
know
key.
anything creativity with it. Yeah, you have Shane McMahon getting on TV over guys like Sanity, Cian Almas. The list goes on and on. It just I don't understand the direction of SmackDown Live, especially tonight. Going into the
Well, yeah,
WWE TLC pay per view, you would have thought you would have a little bit more hype around the World Championship match, and that's why I'm telling you it's not going to be the main event.
after tonight, they didn't really focus on it that much, but like that opening match did not need to be like have 50 commercial breaks and like go for like 20 minutes. I mean, it didn't.
I'll appreciate the comments, Spees. Shane going to turn heel on Miz. That's WWE plan. Keep Miz face for a while. It did kind of feel like the Miz was the face in this kind of situation, doesn't it?
I don't see him saying a face because he's gonna suck as a face. I can hear myself.
I kind of agree with you on that. I just don't understand the route they're going, and it's kind of early if they're going to continue this feud to WrestleMania. It's going to be a while with these two guys, so I expect I'm going to make a little prediction here that Shane McMahon finally ends up teaming with The Miz, and these guys are going to win the titles. These
Well,
guys are going to win the tag team championships.
I disagree. I think we're gonna see they're finally gonna team up, and the Miz is gonna turn on Shane.
Okay, I do see him turning on Shane, but I think that's after they lose the titles. Um, what else is there to talk about on SmackDown Live? Let's get to the main event because, like I said,
Is that it?
SmackDown Live was not really much to talk about. I mean, there's what else do you want to talk about? The tag match between Samoa
It's
Joe
okay.
and Nakamura. Nakamura getting the picking the pin on Rusev. So
Well, that's
more than
just to set up a
likely,
match.
yeah, you would have to think that Rusev's going to get his U.S. title match against Nakamura. Samoa Joe and Jeff Hardy. I don't believe they announced a match for them at TLC, but that's probably going to
We do
happen
know
there.
the Orton Reigns going to be in a chair match now. So yeah,
Yeah, Orton and Rey Mysterio in a chair match, and then we got Natalia and Ruby Riott in a tables match. We always
and we
endorse those
also
table
got
matches.
a ladder. That'd be for Raw, but we got a
We
ladder
got
match
a
with a hang
no, no, no,
guitar.
no. You got a Vince Russo match, Dave. Just to clarify it to be
No, it would be
specific.
on a pole. It would
We
be on a
got
pole if it
well,
was.
still. I mean, you got a fucking instead of a title dangling from the ring, from the ceiling, you got a guitar. When they have other weapons that could use that are more dangerous than a guitar, so it just it just
Yeah, I
doesn't make
mean,
sense to me at all. Thank you, Jeffrey Cross.
yeah,
Appreciate that.
it is kind of strange. But yeah,
It just tonight SmackDown Live, you would have thought Raw. Yeah, it had its low parts and its high points. We'll get to in just a minute. But you would think SmackDown Live, it's been your go-to show for at least the last couple of weeks, where we come on here, a lot of people come on at Twitter or whatever, and kind of praise SmackDown Live that they've been, they give us matches that we want to see. It's not so
yeah.
much of this funky bullshit that we get on Raw. But tonight, I thought I was watching an episode of Raw, to be honest with you.
You know what I honestly think it was? Vince McMahon. Just like fuck them. I just gave them a TLC match and a new champions on Raw. Fuck them. They're
Right.
gonna get a shitty
Exactly.
SmackDown. I basically think that's what it is. You got a good episode of Raw with a TLC match that has been on TV on Raw in probably what they say like 6 years or whatever it was, and then you got a new champions on Raw. So I mean, you got some good stuff on Raw. Doesn't mean you're going to get good stuff on SmackDown too.
But you should though going into.
I know. I agree.
When you go into a pay-per-view like that, you want people to be invested. What did they do to get you more invested than Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles tonight? Other than him kind of saying that he's not going to lose the title this Sunday night.
I mean, AJ Styles, it's like he has no character at all. I mean, it's the same AJ Styles we see in the start and beginning of the year to we're seeing right now. It's the same exact thing. He says the same.
Oh, someone asked the ratings for Raw, and it was another record low for Raw ratings last night.
Yeah, that's surprising, but yeah. But not really surprising because...
No, it's not surprising. When you give a shit, you don't expect people are going to sit through and watch shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks of crappy episodes. What, one time you give us a good, worthwhile episode to watch, and people just say, screw it, I'm not going to watch it. It'll be another shitty episode. Why should I tune in?
Exactly. And why would I... You know, fans like us, of course, we'll shit on the product, but we'll sit there Monday nights and watch it because we some of us do shows, some of us just want to watch it because we love wrestling or love WWE. But they get another low rating, another one, and that's not good. I don't know what else they have to do to bring up the ratings. Have Brock on the show, possibly. I don't even know if that would
put on consistent good shows and they'll have good ratings. I mean, it's like put on consistent good episodes, not just once every 6 months you have a good episode of Raw.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you got to figure to have football on and stuff like that. So the ratings
will make an effort.
Yeah, I can understand that, and we here we don't really touch too much on the ratings because ratings are ratings, but when you get like record lows, it's a little bit worth talking about.
But still, their record low rating is still 2 million viewers.
Yeah, that's still.
I mean, that's still good.
Something like Impact would kill for. So
yeah, hell, it'd kill for half of that.
Yeah, so I can understand. There's positives and negatives on both sides of the story, but last night, honestly, for Raw, I thought they would do a lot better of a rating than they got because last night they did a pretty good show.
Yeah, but when you're consistently, like we just said, we're still on SmackDown, we're talking about Raw, but I mean, yeah, when you consistently give us bad show after bad show after bad show, we're like, man, do we want to watch it tonight? Oh, they talked about Alexa Bliss doing some stupid
forum.
Yeah, so another forum. I thought it was like a press conference, they said, but whatever. But they never went there. But
it's like it's like they can't give up that fucking forum bullshit. They had to. They're trying so hard. Let's just continue with SmackDown.
Yeah.
We have the main event. Not much more to talk to you about after that, but the main event was Asuka and Charlotte. They hyped it up, and to me, the match wasn't really anything. To be honest,
I thought it was a good match before they did the whole little DQ finish. I thought the match. Go ahead.
I thought there was a lot of hugging on the ground. A lot of not a lot. I think I don't know if they said, "Hey, don't do too much. Save it for the pay-per-view." It just didn't seem like, I don't know. It was just an odd match to me.
Well, the way they did the finish, I don't mind because I figured they were going to have some kind of weird finish because Becky's out there. And she's
right. With her out there, you had to expect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they broke out a kendo stick, which made no sense. I didn't know it was TLC kendo stick.
That's Charlotte's her new gimmick, man. She's the kendo stick woman. She just attacks people randomly with kendo sticks.
I mean, it was strange, but I understand why they did the finish like that to get people excited for the TLC match coming. And I'm glad the women got the main event, and they had after the match, I think her and Asuka have good chemistry in the ring. The match to me was better than the WrestleMania match. Whoa. I'm sorry it was because I don't think that. Well, you think the WrestleMania match was better?
Yes.
See, I don't.
To me, better than that.
See, I don't. I mean, before the DQ finish, yeah. Well, that didn't end DQ, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen the match too, so I don't know, but.
What have got you guys in the chat? Someone, DX put in the chat the WrestleMania match was better. Tony, expect a great update on Impact TV search this week. Like, all right, let me know, Adam Bomb. She's the female Sandman. There you go. There you go. That's a good. Hey, I
Where's
like
her
that.
beer?
Hey, I think I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Where's the beer at?
No, we're about to touch on Raw just right now. Yeah, all she's missing is the beer. And I'm honestly, you know what else? I'm surprised we haven't seen in this feud yet, and we may see him. Ric Flair. I'm surprised he hasn't been in this feud somehow. Just kind
Oh,
of like sticking his head in somehow to be in this feud. You know, he seems to
oh,
be always on the
because of what he
yeah
said.
yeah he's cleared to take bumps apparently. So Ric Flair, the guy that never
Coming
wants
out
to
of
stop
retirement.
wrestling, is gonna come out of retirement. Everybody, odds. Okay, quick before we go to Raw, odds of Ric Flair being in the Royal Rumble this year.
Not a zero. I'm sorry. There's no way they're gonna let Ric Flair in the Rumble. I mean, zero. I mean, if Hogan and Ric Flair show up in the Rumble, I mean, why not?
Imagine that. Woo!
I think they could be there, obviously, but I don't know if they're being. I could definitely see Ric Flair getting involved in this storyline somehow with TLC even coming about. You know, I mean,
Like I said, I'm surprised that
how funny would it
Ric
be
Flair
if he
hasn't been involved.
if Ric Flair somehow does get involved in this little storyline and he comes out for and helps Becky Lynch? Because right last time we seen Ric Flair on TV, it was the whole Starlet basically firing her and getting rid of her or get rid of him.
Nobody wants to see old ass. I mean, as much as we
Hey,
love
I
Ric
love
Flair,
Ric Flair. I would love to see Ric Flair come back and
I,
be featured on SmackDown each week as, like, say, Becky Lynch's manager. That'd be awesome.
I just don't know, man. I don't want this man to be taking bumps. I feel like
I don't either.
he
No, I
wants to
don't
go in
either.
there and take like kendo sticks to the face and shit like that. Um, the ending of SmackDown Live was Asuka finally getting the kendo stick and just beating the living hell out of Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So we know what all that means, everybody. Asuka is not winning this Sunday night. So they had to make her look strong going into the pay per view. Had to make her look like she has a good chance of winning the title, but there's no chance in hell she's walking out TLC with that title.
We're not going to talk about the dance break.
Oh, the dance break during a match. How about that?
Yeah, that was bad.
What the fuck, man? Like, what is going on? Are they going to do this shit when they're on Fox? Dance break? No.
They should do it during the commercials. Just have them pop up in the split screen like dance break, just dancing the whole commercial. But yeah. Let's move on because I'm really interested to talk. Oh, we're gonna get the ratings for SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown wasn't great. Maybe a 2.
I'm gonna give SmackDown a big old 0.
I
want to give it a
bad.
1. I want to give it a 1 because of the opening match. I just it did nothing for me. I found myself sitting there just really, really, really kind of just not really feeling SmackDown Live tonight. I don't know. I felt a lot that I don't know. I just felt that we should have gotten a lot more going into a
you had so many wrestlers there that they didn't really use. I mean, you have AJ Styles.
How is Styles not on the match? How is he not having a match?
Yeah, I mean,
tonight.
Well, we could say the same thing. Like, what about like Dean Ambrose hasn't wrestled since I don't know when.
Yeah,
hasn't even had a match.
They're saving Ambrose. That makes a little.
I know, but sense, still,
but you have Styles going for the title, the main title, the title that he lost just a couple of weeks ago. And when's the last time Styles had a singles match since he's lost the title on SmackDown Live?
I know he faced somebody. I just can't remember who it was because after he lost it, I thought he faced somebody, but maybe he hasn't. I don't know.
Week after week, SmackDown makes me just ignore my TV for 2 hours. Damn.
See, that's the difference because I don't have anyone on Raw I even like right now. So, I mean, SmackDown has all my favorites from, like, Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. I mean, James Cesaro. I mean, SmackDown just has everyone I like, and Raw has no one I even care about.
Oh, that's a good question, Bob Ruski puts. Are we sure AJ's healthy? He might not even be healthy to wrestle, or maybe they're trying to keep him.
Well, he's about to be unhealthy. Oh no, it's just a regular match.
It's a regular match. It's a regular match. Okay. So let's jump into Monday Night Raw.
I want to talk about this opener.
This is interesting. Where we had Baron Corbin, and I put this up. I took this from somebody. obviously. As the intro, it says, I didn't screw Raw. Corbin screwed Raw. And we all know where that famous line came from, where the Brett screwed Brett stuff.
This will be the only
Now,
time we talk about it.
now here's the thing. Now, we had we had Seth Rollins go out there
Open up the
and
show, yeah.
open up the show, kind of addressing Dean Ambrose, talking about, you know, imagine if WWE pulled that rap battle and Shane McMahon shit on Raw, people would have freaked. Yeah, what's up, guys? Sorry, I haven't. Hey, what's up, J Man? How you doing, dude? Um, let me get to the exact quotes that he was throwing out there. Um, Seth says Corbin has made everything about him, and he is what is wrong with Raw. Corbin tells him to watch how he speaks to him. Seth tells him he's got no idea how much talent the roster has, and Corbin has no idea how to use them. Seth tells him he has. Seth blames him for the urination segments.
The revival.
Segments with him, McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. Says Corbin does this to hide his insecurity. Seth blames him for screwing Braun out of the Universal Championship. Seth calls his run as GM elect a failure, and the ratings have sunk because of Corbin. He basically said Raw sucks. And he also mentioned the Revival, that he has tag teams like the Revival who will go up and have matches against the Lucha House Party and Lucha House Party rules. And he was just pretty much saying what we have been saying on Twitter. He must have went on either Reddit or Twitter and just typed in Raw from last week and read every complaint that people have said about Raw the last couple of weeks. And I laughed because to me, this was Vince McMahon all over this. This is Vince McMahon knowing and reading and just being told about the ratings. Once he mentioned the ratings, that's when I knew Vince McMahon was behind this. Before then, I was like, okay, maybe Vince is not even there. Maybe they're just kind of running things their own way. No. Once he mentioned the ratings, I knew it was Vince McMahon behind this whole thing. And pretty much ends up with Seth Rollins wanting to have a match with Baron Corbin, a TLC one. And Corbin accepts, but says that his Intercontinental title will be on the line. So we're going to have Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins main event Raw last night for the Intercontinental Championship in a TLC match. Your thoughts on that, Dave? What did you think of the opening segment?
Well, I was watching this today, and I was like, they're seriously making Corbin the scapegoat for everything. Like, say, oh, the PP joke, yeah, because he wrote that. He wrote that in. I mean, Corbin is the one who made all these handicap matches. So, like, that's why people aren't tuning into Raw each week, and it's become a shit show because it's the same stuff. The last 3 weeks have been Corbin and handicap matches. Yes, he's basic everything we have said on here, on Twitter, everywhere, all over social media about. Man, it's the same stuff. No one cares about Corbin. No one cares about this. It's all the same crap. And now you're just basically saying, just like with the Bailey, this is my life, everyone blames Bailey for that. Like it's her fault that they did that segment. It was her fault. Or maybe it was Alexa. I don't know. They blamed. Yeah, I think it was Alexa they blamed. But it was like, they didn't write it. They're just doing what they're told to do. And I kind of felt bad that, wow, they're making Corbin seem like, oh, it's all his fault. So he's going to, they're almost guaranteeing he's getting fired.
But the heat that Baron Corbin gets, man, he is probably the most hated guy right now in the WWE.
I don't know about that. But,
there's who else gets the type of booze that he gets? You can't say Daniel Bryan.
Ciampa,
yeah, that's another one. But Corbin is
Bobby Lashley.
Corbin is hated.
You know why they're using Corbin in this figure, I think, just being the authority figure? Because when Triple H did it, he can't get fired. When Stephanie did it, she can't get fired. Corbin can get fired as the GM.
Yeah, that's.
GM elect.
But see, he, as much as us want to crap on Corbin, he's done a pretty good job at being the role he's done. He's gotten the heat that he has supposed to do, and now what is next for
I
Baron
think he's
Corbin?
getting fired. I mean,
You
to
think he's
me,
gonna get fired?
yeah,
He's
because
already predicting that Strowman's going to forfeit this Sunday night.
and that made me think too. We'll get to that later with that match because when we had that match announced, it was like, so does that mean is that foreshadowing like okay maybe Strowman isn't going to be cleared by Sunday, and that's why we get in a TLC match on Raw because it's not going to happen at TLC.
Right, and
I mean, I don't know.
let's go ahead and touch on the TLC match because I was watching Speeds in the Benchmark last night, and and Silky was talking about how he didn't really care that they did a TLC match a week
Okay.
before the TLC pay per view, and I knew people were gonna
Yeah.
say that they
Yep.
don't really care for that a week before the actual pay per view. Speeds made a good point that at least it was two different guys. We're not getting, Strowman and Corbin Monday
Yeah.
night. They were going to get them on Sunday night. But
Which they've
I
done.
do think it's going to be that they did this tonight because we're only going to get one, and that's with the women. I think the women
Yeah. If
have a
that
really good
happens, yeah.
chance. I think the women have a really good chance of main eventing TLC this Sunday night.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
they do. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if that one match doesn't happen, which I hope it does, I guess I don't really care about it because usually anything Corbin's in, I'd rather fast forward or just skip it because he's boring to me. He doesn't interest me. I don't take him seriously as an authority figure the way they're playing him up right now. And it's like, okay, he's not going to be in power that long because of what he's doing. So Stephanie's going to come out and, or Vince is going to come out and fire him or something. And he's just
okay.
going to be a wrestler. But yeah,
Oh, Styles wrestled last week against the Miz. Really?
he
Holy
did.
shit! Oh, he did.
He did.
He did.
Oh,
He
that's right. The main event.
He did. He did. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. Yeah, it shows you. Wow, that's not bad. So yeah, I'm thinking Corbin and Strowman, the TLC match isn't going to happen. They've already, if you guys watched tonight, Lars Sullivan video package, he pretty much kind of hinted that he's going to be at TLC, and I think even to the lines to where what happens at TLC won't be the only thing you'll somewhere around the lines that like this won't be the only time you hear from me. So maybe attack Strowman
He was saying
at
like
TLC.
it'll be like an aftershock. The carnage that I laid at
Thank you, Alex
TLC.
13. Appreciate that, man.
TLC will be like an aftershock compared to what I do. So yeah, I mean, I don't think he because they still show it again tonight on SmackDown. So I mean, I hope he doesn't go to. Honestly, I want these guys to go to SmackDown because to me, Raw is too overloaded with big guys, especially with Strowman. Strowman will just crush him, I think. But I don't know if I want to go to SmackDown either because they're not using any of the guys there. So it's like,
I mean, you would have to think the way that they are hyping up this man. Um, you would think Lars Sullivan will not be treated like they would, like they have Sanity and others on SmackDown Live. You would
okay,
think that he would actually
yeah,
get a good chance, a good
yeah. But
shot.
let's talk about this. Do people in the chat room or do you have a problem with that they did a TLC match on Raw last night, 6 days before the pay per view?
I've been saying that for the past 12 minutes. I'm sorry, Adam Bomb. My apologies on that, dude. Yeah, let us know what you think in the chat room. Did you enjoy the TLC match, even though they're going to be giving us one apparently? But see, you got to think about it too. The match we got
Mm-hmm.
between Corbin and Rollins isn't a type of TLC match we would have gotten between Strowman
No,
and Corbin.
it
You
was
wouldn't
a
have
title
saw the
match.
frogs. You wouldn't have seen the frog splash through the table. You wouldn't
You
have
could
seen all
have.
those. Who's gonna frog splash through a
Oh, not
table?
that. I thought you meant because it was title was hanging. You're
Yeah,
not going to see them climbing up ladders or anything. I thought that's what
yeah,
you were saying.
yeah. It's that too. You're not going to see that type of a match between Corbin and Strowman. I expect Corbin to be running most of the match, and then he gets over on him, and then they actually have that. I don't think it would have been as entertaining as the match we got Monday night. So I'm glad they had it, and I don't think we're going to see Strowman and Corbin, um, at least at Sunday night in the TLC match. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Like Bob Aruski said that Strowman put a little thing on his Instagram of his elbow. It still doesn't look like he's ready to go. And I just don't think it'd be smart for someone like that who just got elbow surgery to be in a TLC match.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't mind it. Look, I figured when I was watching this, people are going to be saying, complaining about the match. Like you said, people from the show last night did. I don't mind it simply because it reminded me of how they used to do it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Now,
That's what Raw reminded me of how they used to do it when you announce like, "Hey, we got a big main event tonight. It's going to be a TLC match 6 days before TLC." Like we've seen stuff like that back in the day, how they would announce big main events and they would kind of try to book Raw around that, and that's what they kind of did last night. And you know what? The match was good. There was a lot of table spots. There was some chair shots. I mean, some of those chair shots Corbin was taking was pretty brutal, and that power bomb through the table looked pretty bad too. But I mean, yeah, I thought it was good. It was interesting how they have to cut off right away
you
now
know what I
because
did like the most
what's
out of
that?
Raw was Raw finally, and it rarely happens. It sometimes happens, but it rarely does. They had storytelling throughout Raw with Heath Slater. It started with him being in the match with Bobby Lashley and having the referee that match and having to kind of side with Lashley because he doesn't want to lose his job. To where Corbin says, "Your night's not done yet. You're still going to referee another match," which was obviously the main event. So I'm glad
Which
that
made no sense to me.
they're keeping um, they're keeping Slater relevant, and Slater is the only guy. Well, maybe not the only guy, but Slater's going to get this referee gimmick over to where they're gonna want to see him in a match again. And it's
You
crazy
know,
how good of a referee he looks. He fits the
you
role
know,
perfectly.
if Strowman does wrestle, I think it's going to be Heath Slater, the one that counts Baron Corbin out, so he doesn't have to put up with this crap anymore, and then he'll be fired. Because after last night, I mean, it made no sense to me the ending to the main event. Why was Slater out there? Oh, you have to have a referee out there to ring the bell for when they get the title down and say you got the title. So he super kicks Slater, he grabs the title, and then the bell rings. Seth Rollins is your winner. I mean, the referee never called for it, so how is Seth Rollins a winner?
Yeah, and I mean, I just like the storytelling. It
I mean,
made sense to have Slater out there. He gets
yeah,
in
I
an
did that,
accident.
man, on purpose.
He almost costs Rollins the match. So it's going to be interesting to see how often Corbin uses Slater in referee matches as a referee in matches, and if
I
he's
don't
a
think it'll be too much longer because I'm sure he's going to be the referee, and if Braun wrestles, he's going to be the referee in that match Sunday, and I think he's going to be the one who cost Corbin the match. I
okay.
just do.
All right, fair enough. Slater should be in the cruiserweight division. Rhino made it clear he's not retiring. I don't know who got that. Yeah, I don't even remember who started that. But yeah, he's
Probably
filling out.
because he left. That's I just circles rumors like, oh, he must be retiring. That's why he got fired. Type thing.
Appreciate the Super Hearts, Juanito. Very much appreciate it. So overall,
That's all you want to talk about.
we thought the TLC match was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a good main event, and besides the weird, I guess I can't put logic with a WWE show. So I mean, the logic to me made no sense of how Rollins won because there was no referee to call for the match to be over. But unless JoJo must be a special referee or something. So there you go. So, but yeah, other than that, yeah, I thought the table spots, the chair spots were all fun, and it was a fun overall match. I
All
did
right.
notice for me, I guess it was just my end, but there was some kind of like audio glitch where there was like no audio, and they're just showing them wrestle throughout the arena, and there was like no audio or commentary at all for
See, I
me.
don't
Maybe it was
remember
just
that
me.
happening yet, but I think that might have just been on your end there. And
It
where
might have
was
been just my
Lashley?
end.
Corbin helped him last night, but doesn't help Corbin. There you go. Now, the other big news out of Raw, yes, everybody, was this new Raw Tag Team Champions,
To start the show.
Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, with everybody matching robes, win the tag team titles.
And I'll give you credit for that. You've been
Your
saying they
thoughts?
need to have matching robes. You were saying
Yes.
that they do have matching gear, matching robes, and when they finally do, they win the tag titles.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on that, Dave?
I thought it was a pretty good match, and I mean, I was glad they won. I was kind of surprised, but I think technically, out of the TNA originals, I think he's the first one to win the tag titles. So yeah, I mean,
Now you have
it's
been the
just
champs.
yeah.
How long
Ed
do you have?
Gable, probably till Sunday. I hope they keep him for a while, but Man, I mean, it would be great if they did let him run with it for a little bit, but man, I'm glad they did get Bobby Roode finally got a title. You know, because I don't think he won. Did he win the U.S. title during that little run? I don't think he did. But yeah, I'm glad Bobby Roode finally has a main roster title. I mean, because we've been saying that we want Samoa Joe to get. He's had so many title shots and just never won any match. I mean, the whole run with AJ was just terrible. He never won one match. I
Uh,
don't. I mean, I don't think he still
does
hasn't won a
anyone
match.
care? They won the tag titles. The tag division is shit. Nah, I mean, fair play.
I
Fair
I
play.
like Gable and I like Rude, so I'm glad they won the tag titles, even if it was against Spud or what's it, Drake. Sorry, not Spud. Wrong show.
Was was AOP wrestling under Lucha House Party rules, and that's why they could all. Yes, no. Well, it was a handicap match, and
Oh, there you go. Corbin's favorite.
Drake Maverick gets the pin. So you kind of have
Did
to.
I miss that match last night? I don't remember seeing the Revival versus Lucha House Party last night.
No match between Lucha House Party
Oh, okay. I
and
didn't know if
the
I skipped that
Revival.
part.
Surprisingly, no match
First time
between
in a
them.
month.
Bobby Roode was the United States champion.
Oh, was he for a minute then? Okay. Okay,
So
so he did win the U.S. title. Okay. I couldn't remember if he won that during that little run or not, but okay, so now he's been a U.S. champion, and now he's a tag champion. Can Joe get something? I'm begging you. Can Joe get a U.S. title run even? I'll take that. Tag title run? Anything.
you can't get shit, Dave. All right, all right. So
Joe can't get anything. Bobby Roode's already been U.S. champ and tag champ now. So and Gable, look at him. He's been champions on Raw and SmackDown with two different partners.
technically, Rob, it is a Lucha House Party. Is a handicap match. So yeah, Chad Gable and Bobby Roode are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Chad Gable had the tag titles with Jason Jordan as American Alpha. Dave,
I know he
remember that?
did.
Oh, I think maybe you didn't say that he won it before. Can they stop? Can
I
they
said
quit
he had
for
them with
not
two different
pitting an
partners.
AOP member?
Yeah, well, it was that was an online handicap match. It was kind of like when people won't remember this who are young, but kind of like when Bobby Heenan would be like a manager slash wrestler on the side on the match, and he would be with his guys or something. But yeah, I mean, I knew he was champion. So he was in NXT as well too. But I couldn't remember if him and Benjamin won the titles too or not.
No, they didn't. Drake was
Okay,
legally in the match. I don't know if they'll reverse it. Probably not. Wouldn't be surprised if Joe left
he
the
was legally. They
WWE.
tagged him in. He said, "Tag me in. I want to get the finish. I want to get the pin. Tag me in." So he tagged him in,
And
and they
then I
both
knew
walked
that
out of
was
the
gonna
ring.
happen. I knew the roll up was gonna happen. I just didn't think they would
Yeah,
actually win. It was. I thought they
the
would.
way they do it, the way they do that classic roll up where the guy just lays his arms across the guy. I'm gonna beat you, and then they get the backslide roll up.
Absolutely. Yep. And he wins. So yeah, AOP. Not a lot of people are happy with AOP losing the tag team champions. It was kind of a worthless run, honestly. Right?
Completely agree. I mean, I like Drake and all, but he's not really helping AOP really a lot. I really do like Drake. I mean, it's interesting to see him be a heel manager on Raw, but yet he's a 205 Live general manager, like as a good guy. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah. This. It's just. I don't think this whole Maverick situation. It looked promising, but it just never really lifted off with
Well,
them
it's because I think what really hurt it
together.
is making them do that stupid P joke thing. That's just like, really, we got to deal with this now. Where you're they're making him. He's a good wrestler. He can be entertaining too, but to me, they're taking it to another extent where it's like, he's supposed to be believable, and I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if AOP is ready to drop him or something like that, or he's going to turn on them and manage the revival. There you go, Speeds.
They'll
Because
probably just win. They'll probably just win it back Sunday. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Drake was legal in the match. Let's go back up. What's up, little Zay? Welcome back. Let's see. Anything else in the chat room that I missed? Nope. I think I got everything. All right. So yeah. Is there a tag team title match at TLC? Have they announced that?
the bar,
Other than that match, the Raw
I don't know.
Championship
They haven't
match,
announced. I'm sure we'll hear about it on Twitter like they
pre-show.
always do.
Pre-show, baby. Thank you, Juanito, for those generous super hearts, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that very, very much.
Are we going to talk
Always
about
generous.
Apollo's handful?
Oh, we'll touch. We'll touch. I like that. I like that. We'll touch on Apollo Crews in just a minute. Lucky man last night. If you, I think we all
Right?
know what we're talking about. We had Natalia do that ugly cry again last night, where she goes out there and
I don't mind it too much because to me,
what's the what? Can I ask you this?
okay,
What's
go
the
ahead.
point of mentioning the Montreal screw job?
Yeah, I know, but she's trying to. That part I get. I don't understand. So my uncle punched the owner of this company. It's like okay, that was a
Like,
really
yeah, are we supposed to really think the odds were against you, Natalia? Like, you're known to be getting your work. I don't know if
well.
it's
They
known,
were.
but but come on,
It's
she's where she's
it's
at
funny.
because of her family reliance. I mean, come on,
I
if she
knew she
wasn't a
wasn't.
heart, do you think she'd still be with the
That's
WWE?
yes, but I don't know about that. But it took her forever just to get in the. If you listen to her, you know about her story when she did on Ed and Christian's podcast a while back, when she said she couldn't even get into the W, she couldn't get a tryout or anything. And I knew she wouldn't mention him because they can't mention him on TV. But he was actually the reason she even got into the WWE, which is Chris Benoit, because he kept
Oh,
telling them to sign her. I
yeah,
mean, it was Chris.
yeah.
That's why she said it like that. Where she would act like, "Oh, I'm gonna say it. I'm probably not supposed to say this or whatever type thing."
Man,
It led up
imagine
to
if
that.
with the sensitive world we live in, if she would have thanked Benoit for getting her
Yeah, I
into the
know. My
company,
point
she probably would
exactly.
have been fired.
But that's what she told Ed and Christian. They could bleep it out if they wanted to, but they didn't. But she said, yeah, it was really Chris Benoit who helped get her into the WE, really, because he kept pushing for her and pushing to get her a trial and get her in there. So, and she wasn't just because the last name was Hart or Nightheart that she just got automatically into the WE. But yeah, I mean, it took her a while for tryouts and said, no, no, no. A lot of those she said. But yeah, but like you were saying, when you said she started crying, I mean, I looked at that because she was talking about her dad and stuff like that. Maybe that got a little emotional for her, so maybe that's why she started crying like that. I can understand that,
Oh,
but I'm
Charlotte,
sure
that's a good
people.
point, Adam.
I don't
But
think Charlotte just got hinted at a spot either.
here's the thing. Ruby mocks Natty for crying and says that Natty does is walk around the locker room feeling sorry for herself. Ruby says Natalie doesn't represent the Hart family. She disgraces the family, and then shows Natalie her gift, which is a table with Anvil on it, a picture of Jim Neidhart on it, and says when she puts Natty through a table to Sunny, Natty and her dad will be a lot closer. So that was pretty good. I'll get that. Not
I'm
looking
sure
forward to
people are
this
mad about
match.
that. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
people
I'm
are mad
sure.
about that. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, sensitive era that we live in. You can't go too far nowadays. I'm not looking forward to the match, but what did you think of the segment itself?
I didn't really care for it either. I mean, to me, it was just like, okay, whatever. Can we get on to the next
How
thing?
long
I
have these people been feuding for? Seems like
it seems
Natalia and Ruby or the Riot Squad have a like this
how
thing
long
never it
till
doesn't end.
yeah, I mean, how long till we see Sasha and Bailey get involved?
I think
I
Teddy
mean,
Larkin's more hated than Natty. Oh, probably so. Probably so. I'm just tired of this feud. I want them to move on. There's nothing for Natalia. Honestly, it's really time for Natalia to kind of maybe hang up the boots, maybe start doing the training and stuff like that. Because really, there's really nothing else for Natalia to do.
yeah, you could say the same thing for someone like a Naomi as well too. I mean, because they're
Oh,
both
I don't
two guys.
know. Naomi's still young though.
Is she really that young, Naomi? Because I think her and Natty's been there. Oh, Natty's been there a little bit longer than she was.
Natalia's been there for a while.
Because she came in with D.H. Smith or Harry Smith now, or now it's David Hart Smith now, or David Smith, whatever. But yeah, and Tyson Kidd when they came in together in ECW as the new Hart Foundation, she started. I think that's when she first started coming in there a little bit. I mean, it was a little bit before that, but I know she came into ECW as their manager, the WE version. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tamina hasn't been in there that long. I don't know. I thought they all six came in around the same time, but
Oh,
maybe Natty was
did you
there.
say Tamina? Did you mean Tamina or Naomi?
I said Tamina.
No, you said Naomi.
I said Tamina.
No, you said Naomi, sir.
If I said Naomi, I meant Tamina.
Okay,
I thought I
Tamina then.
said
Yeah, that's when you were like Naomi. I was like, what? Naomi, but
I could
Tamina,
have
yeah,
sworn.
I agree. I
Oh, I could
agree
have
with
sworn.
you. I agree with you. Tamina and Natalia, it's time for them to kind of say bye bye. Go work at that PC center or whatever, and help the younger talents get better because Natalia,
or
there's
just
nothing
go
else
on the
for her to
Indies.
do. No, there's nothing else for Natalia to do, man. She's a WWE lifer. I feel like she'll be there forever, kind of like Tyson Kidd. And I just don't see. There's nothing else for her to do. She's already won the titles. She's feuded with almost everybody that is that's relevant. There's nothing really much for her to do.
Yeah,
So time to hang it up.
Tamina, Tamina with a T hasn't even got any kind of shot like that. She hasn't got any kind of run ever. I mean, this is the biggest push she's got since she was with AJ Lee right now. This is
Tamina
the
brought in
biggest.
the Usos. Okay, fair. Yeah,
Yep.
that is true.
Yeah, Tamina was with Tamina with a T. She was teamed with the Usos when they first came in. It was kind of like 2 minute matches and tag teams.
Oh yeah, she's irrelevant now. She's with Nia Jax, who randomly just screams in promos now. Um, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre rematch from last week. Dolph Ziggler has this little promo to where he's like, he's gonna remember who I am. I have to remind him who I am. I'm Dolph Ziggler. Maybe he shouldn't have, made me act like I was Finn Balor. Just to kind of try to hype himself up. I didn't really. I mean, Drew McIntyre is a star, and I'm really curious to see what WWE has in store for him in 2019. But I don't care for anything that they're doing with him right now.
Yeah, I thought the match last week was better. To me, this match wasn't really that. So it was a good match, I'm sure, because people who love McIntyre will say this is a great classic match. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's Dolph. I don't know, but I mean, I just don't care. Didn't care for the match that much. I'm sure it was good, and it seemed like it was good. How they finished it, trying to make him like a killer, where he's just destroying people left and right. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're because he's going to face Finn Balor Sunday. If Finn Balor is cleared, I guess he got hurt or something. But I mean, to me, I think we're going to see the Demon King at
Oh Lord,
TLC
against Drew
because
McIntyre and lose?
possibly because it was last time we seen the Demon was last year at TLC against AJ. Was that last year against AJ Styles TLC?
I cannot recall. It might have been.
Was that when everyone got sick last year?
I can't remember, to be honest with
Okay,
you. I
I
don't
thought
want
it
to
was
say
last year.
be wrong. I just
Okay,
can't
I thought it
remember.
was last year, but at TLC, but maybe I was wrong. But anyway, it's been a while since we've seen the Demon King.
But the Demon King doesn't lose, man. There's no way you can have him go in there and lose to
I don't think he.
McIntyre.
Or what if he did? And then that shows how much bigger Balor
Oh,
or
Vince would not like that.
McIntyre is.
You might as well
Of
just send
course,
him to 205 Live after that, then.
might as well. He
Balor
ain't doing nothing
versus
anyway.
Corbin was the last time. Oh, there goes my glasses.
Balor
Uh,
versus Corbin.
I don't get
Oh, the
why Dolph
Demon King.
has
Oh, you're
a
right. You're right.
record
Okay.
scratch at the start of his entrance music. Yeah, I don't. Speaking of entrance music, did you hear how they changed Seth Rollins' theme music now?
Well, let's just burn it down.
Yeah, he just repeatedly says "burn it down" now during
Yeah,
the
because
match.
that's how when the show. I didn't notice the music because I try not to, but when the show started, all you kept hearing over and over is "burn it
Burn
down,
it
burn it."
down. Like,
It's just
come on,
annoying.
man. Yeah, they're going there. They see that how it is. It's really hot with the crowd, so they're going to continue it and try to get it overboard to where you're not going to like it anymore. People are going to start hating the theme song now. Um, yeah, it looks like Finn Balor might be injured. He was taken off the mixed match challenge tonight, and I'm not sure if he's going to be wrestling or
Replaced
not, or
by
replace
replaced
Apollo
by
Cruz,
yeah, hands full of Apollo Cruz
his future tag team partner. So I'm
on
really
205 Live.
curious. I'm really curious to see Dolph is doing a comedy tour soon. I don't know how much that will interfere in his WWE schedule, so he could get written off.
He's
That's
not
true.
scheduled for TLC anyway, so like
Yeah,
he's free Sunday.
let's get him off the card. Get him off the show. Period. Right? You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so that's that. We had Alicia Fox versus Bailey. I actually turned the channel during this match. I didn't give a shit
Did you
about
turn
this
back?
match, but I did see when Apollo Cruz launched Sasha Banks onto Shanti, Jinder Mahal, and his compadres. Lucky he didn't slip and I don't. I'm just gonna
I
be
don't
quiet.
know. I couldn't see his fingers. I couldn't see his fingers, so I didn't know.
I'm not gonna say nothing. But yeah.
Do you think Apollo
Any,
asked Sasha to like, can we rehearse this before the show?
can we rehearse this a couple of times? I want to make sure I pick you up correctly. You know,
I might have
yeah,
to watch the mixed match challenge tonight now, just to see if we have a repeat.
yeah.
But
That's pretty
yeah,
funny.
yeah, that was funny when that happened. But
Anything
yeah,
on
Bailey
that?
won.
Yeah,
Bailey
Bailey
won.
wins. Oh yeah, whoo. Oh
So
yeah,
I'm sure they win tonight.
Sasha's husband must have been jealous backstage. Oh, for sure. And I'm guessing Sasha probably didn't give a shit. Um,
I don't think Apollo probably gave a shit. I've seen her husband.
we get the Dean Ambrose interview.
Wow. This was like almost, I swear this thing went 10 minutes long with that video. We want to know what you think of this.
Charlie's like,
And,
all right, Dean, why don't you look at the TV screen and give us your thoughts of this fucking 10-minute video package that we're gonna show you? Like, what the fuck?
and then you come back and he just walks away. I was
Yeah,
like, really?
I don't give a fuck. Let me just leave. Yeah, man. It just,
It's your typical time killer. It's like, really needed that for 10 minutes?
yeah, basically, yeah. Let's remind everybody how this fucking feud came to play because Dean Ambrose probably forgot because he's a lunatic French who doesn't he doesn't want to be called that anymore. He made that clear last night. Leo Rush was in action last night, taking on Elias. Tony, you funny. His fingers was by her. Yeah, I know. I know, little Zay. I know. The video package was cool though. That's one thing that is true. The video packages are always good by the WWE, but it was just an awkward spot to do that. Like, all right, Ambrose, can you look at this TV screen and tell us your thoughts of what you see here? Like, it was just weird.
You know, we're
That's the
going to
only
see it
thing.
like 50 times on Sunday. They're going to re-show it over and over again. So it's like, do we have
Oh
to
yeah.
really see it again?
Definitely, absolutely going to see that video package over and over. But hey, it's a match that I'm looking forward to. That's at least I could say. So Elias took on Leo Rush. Heath Slater was the special referee. Leo Rush picks up the win with, of course, a little bit of help from Bobby Lashley and a guitar. Anything you want to say about this other than that the match was made between Elias and Bobby Lashley with a guitar hanging above the ring, and whoever gets to the guitar first is allowed to use it.
So if they use it, do they win? Or do they?
I
I mean,
don't know. I'm assuming, I guess, if you hit him with the guitar, you win.
I mean, that's just confusing as hell, but whatever. It is. I guess they're just trying to, out of nowhere, they're just trying to throw a bunch of matches with stipulations on the show. Last year, it was funny because they didn't give a shit last year. They just gave us one TLC match, and that was it last year.
Yeah, now
And
it's
this
we
year,
have a
they're
chair,
doing everything.
tables, we have a TLC match.
Two of
Yeah,
them,
well,
maybe.
technically two. It's probably going to just be one. But yeah, they're really trying to give the fans what they want, I guess, if you want to say, this Sunday night at TLC. Leo Rush gets the win. Do you think this is going to mean anything? Do you think we'll get more matches with Leo Rush on TV? Or do you think this was just a kind of this to get to where we're getting at Sunday night?
It also was a thing to get 205 Live mentioned and all that, which I like what they're doing here with Leo Rush. And then on SmackDown, we had Mustafa Ali,
Yeah, it's
you
a pretty
know,
big
out
two
there
days for
wrestling.
pretty big 2 days for
Yeah,
205
205.
Live.
Yeah, I mean, you got two stars and the crossover to Raw and SmackDown. So even though Leo Rush has been on Raw weekly, but yeah, it's the first time he's wrestled on Raw, I believe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's always good to see him out there, and you get 205 Live over than you get on Raw and SmackDown this week. So why not? Which I don't like how they just randomly throw a cruiserweight title match on a show for no reason. It seems like you say, okay, here's a 205 Live title match on there just because we have nothing else to do. So here you go. We'll do this as an extra bonus match. And it's like, okay, I'm sure it'll be good, but I'm just saying it's like, I mean, what's the point?
I still miss Hill Elias, man. I just don't like this fake
Yeah,
Elias that we're getting. It
I
just
agree.
doesn't come out organic. Him being a Hill was organic. He could go out there and just say 3 lines and the crowd would fucking hate him. Now it's like It's just not the same Elias anymore to me. It's a watered down Elias.
Yeah, well, it's like got so many heels right now. It's like they're trying to compensate for the all the face to add a couple of faces to it. So it's like
Oh my god! Breaking news, everybody! Do 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 do! Breaking news. It'll be R-Truth and Carmella taking on Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox in the Mixed Match Challenge Season 2 final this Sunday night, everybody. Oh, man, that's a doozy right there. And
are
don't
those
forget, the
okay?
winners of those will be their 30th entry in the Royal Rumble.
So this is showing you they don't give a shit about this either. Because the first season, everyone was mad because it was like Asuka couldn't lose because she was undefeated. But at least it seemed like the matches you were getting were really good quality matches, and it was elimination, so it was more interesting. And
Silver Black, you watch your mouth there, buddy. You
it's like a
watch your
main event match on a pay per view. Not main event like main event caliber. I'm talking main event the TV show match
I
on a
would
pay per
hope it'd
view.
be on a damn freaking pre-show. Nobody wants to see that match. Jinder Mahal might. No, it's gonna be R-Truth. Come on now, everybody. R-Truth.
Hey, good. Hey, that's technically counts as a title, and it's funny because this all started when they got together and started doing the Truth TV and all that, and it just blew up with him getting all these great reactions. And to me, they probably changed it on a whim to let our Truth probably gonna win it or come
Well, I
close to
mean,
it.
and also to be fair, this mixed match challenge has been a revolving door of wrestlers. Each week, it seems like there's a new person
Yeah,
on a tag
exactly.
team or injuries, of course, or just people getting taken out of it. It's just been a real clusterfuck of a mixed match challenge this year, and I haven't really watched any of it. I'm going
It
to have
seems
to be
like they
forced to
changed
watch the
it.
finals, but
It seems like they changed everything because of the TLC card they got. I mean, Balor's gonna wrestle there. What does he have to wrestle twice?
yeah, you
I
can't have
mean,
Moscow wrestle twice. You can't, I can. I could see that. Not on Friday, Red Sox fan. You mean on Saturday? We'll touch on ROH on Saturday. That's for sure. We will be touching on the final battle. We touching on Wrestle Kingdom. The match cards has been announced, so we'll touch on all of that on Saturday. Sorry, I didn't make. We're trying to. I'm not rushing through it, but this is going to be a quicker show than usual. Obviously, I'm under the weather a little bit, and I don't think you guys want to keep hearing me sniffle the whole show. So Saturday we'll be bringing it with a little bit longer show, and also it'll be a big announcement on the giveaways. And I really think everybody should be here to hear the giveaway that I have in store for all of you. Would you watch season 3 if they had another season?
not
I'd give
like
it a
this.
shot. I would give it a shot. I'd at
Now,
least give it a shot. But after one time watching it, I knew they weren't going to take this shit serious.
yeah, because who cares about a Rock and Robin tournament? What the hell that means? I mean, it was so much better. I think a lot of us got that survey about the Mixed Match Challenge. I mean, it's like it's about do you watch it and all that? No.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
I
there will be
mean,
another season. That's going to be the true test.
well, if Facebook wants to pay the money, I'm sure it will be. I mean, but they should have stuck with what they had the season one was a single elimination tournament. If you win, you
Yeah.
advance. If you lose, you're out. I mean,
Now this
instead of
tournament's gone forever. It seems like
yeah, it does. I remember
three
when it
months. I
started.
think like in
Yeah, it's like,
October, like
geez,
September. On I think it started. So about three
geez.
months of this shit. It's been going on forever.
I hope it
Uh,
gets 205 Live back after SmackDown because enough of this 30 minutes of wrestling crap.
exactly, Bob Rusi. They need to pick people that need to be featured and then that are not in huge storylines to where it's not a risk of them wrestling twice in a night. And I think that's why
And
they took
plus,
Styles out. They took a lot of other people out because
yeah, injuries and all that. Because it
yeah,
was originally Kevin Owens, he got injured, he's done. And
yep.
now, and Bobby Lashley and
Strowman.
Mickey James were supposed to be in it, and then that got changed too, I believe, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so as well. So it's just been all over the place. All right, Ronda Rousey Nia Jax segment last night. Oh, cringe, 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 cringe.
Yep.
Nia Jax, I think heat is now kind of sizzling
Yeah, you
away.
noticed that too?
Yeah,
That
she's
there
not
was
getting.
hardly any reaction about when she mentioned
Yeah,
Becky
her
Lynch.
her her heat and is starting to kind of go die down a lot, and I don't think it's the same like she was
Oh, it's
two,
definitely
three,
not.
3 weeks ago. I don't think anybody cares about Nia Jax. Nothing against her, but I just don't think anybody cares about her anymore.
I think that's why she
Um,
was screaming
yeah,
because no one was saying anything. No one was
now
really
she's
reacting.
screaming randomly now. Just I don't get the shit. Match, sure, I'm looking forward to it because their first match was pretty good. I'm kind of curious to see how Ronda does in this match, but I'm just ready for this feud to end.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
mean,
I'm
I
wondering what's next for Ronda Rousey.
yeah, I mean, I know. I hope she doesn't win. Honestly, Nia Jax, that would be terrible. But I mean, yeah, I noticed it. I wasn't sure if it was just me or it's like, man, it's like when she's talking, it's like there's some booze, but it's not like it was. I mean, when she was getting this huge heat, and it's like kudos to the live crowd because they get it. If you don't, you're helping them by cheering or booing. If you don't like someone, don't say anything. And they basically no one said anything, and they weren't cheering or booing for her. When Ronda did get a little pop when she came out, but I mean, Nia's whole promo was her just no one saying. And even when she mentioned Becky Lynch to try to get that big reaction, it didn't even work.
Oh, and Silver Black. Wow, that was that's a bad image. I don't want to see in my head. That's funny. Um, yeah. DX puts okay. What was the point of Alexa coming out? She came out and didn't even talk or do anything. Yeah, it was
Yep.
basically stupid to set up an Ember Moon and Tamina match. I just don't. I just didn't really care. I just don't really care for Nia Jax as much as I thought I was. It looked like they were gonna do something with her with the accidental punch and all this crap. And just after
Hey,
that, it
trying.
just seems. It just yeah, they tried. It's just died down tremendously. I don't know if it's because obviously the feud is with her and Becky and not with her and Ronda, as in punching her in the face. Maybe if it was Ronda and Nia, the heat would be there. It's just right now the most hated guy on Raw is Baron Corbin, and I never thought I would ever say that.
Yeah, I mean,
Baron Corbin is the heat magnet right now on Raw.
I mean, I don't really. I think Dean Ambrose is getting there, but I
Dean
mean,
Ambrose does
Corbin's
not get the booze that Corbin does. If you
eh,
watch Raw back
probably not. Yeah.
and listen to the crowd, he doesn't get booed like Corbin does. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, yeah, I don't understand this whole Naya thing because it's like either it's fizzled out when she was saying she's a face breaker or what. I mean, this feud is really kind of really boring, but I mean, I don't care about this match at all, honestly.
did Becky get a pop tonight on SmackDown? Red Sox fan asks. I can't recall.
I think she did, but I think when they first showed her walking, I think she got a pop. I can't. I wasn't really
Like,
paying that much
was the crowd
attention.
was the crowd even that great tonight? I don't think they were even that great. Raw's crowd was pretty. They brought it. I don't know about tonight's crowd. They were quiet during the battle royal battle rap battle. They didn't know who the fuck Mustafa Ali
Well, who
was.
wasn't quiet during the? I mean, Daniel Bryan got some boos in the crowd because he was going after
Yeah,
the
he got
crowd. But
booed.
yeah,
He got booed.
I mean, other than that, I don't think no one did know who Mustafa Ali was. So
No, they didn't know who the fuck he didn't. They didn't know who he was. They didn't know. They didn't. Yeah, dead. The crowd was dead for the main event. Yeah, they were. They were dead for Charlotte. They were dead for Oscar. There's just Vegas, possibly not a great town to go and have a live event when
you
there's
know,
so
every
much
time they kept showing
new
that
event.
Vegas strip thing, I kept thinking of Impact Wrestling. That's all I kept thinking about because the way they kept promoting Vegas like crazy, and I was like, oh yeah. You know how you gonna do? They should have was Raw in Vegas too.
No, Raw was in San Diego.
Oh, should I? Why did they switch that? Have Rey Mysterio in his hometown? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's yeah. Vegas is not known for its wrestling fans at all. There's just too much to do in Vegas. The nightlife, poker, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
How
And not a
cool
lot
would
of
it have
people.
been to see they bring back the wheel? You remember that?
Oh yeah.
That would have been kind
I
of
forgot
cool.
what it was called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. All the old wrestling fans know what you're talking about there. The old will. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much Raw. I know we kind of went through it pretty quickly, but honestly, there wasn't really much other than the big stuff that we talked about Saturday night. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Saturday night, we'll be doing our full predictions for WWE TLC. We'll touch on Wrestle Kingdom. We'll touch on ROH. And what else?
205 Live
205
NXT.
Live, Impact on Pop, 205 Live, NXT. Any other wrestling news between now and then? Touch on Kenny Omega, the whole marathon that they're going to be doing for him pretty soon. And Nakamura is the Blue Ranger now, dressing up like the Blue Ranger on SmackDown Live now.
Well, he did that for Survivor Series too. He was dressed in all blue.
I just don't like another guy that's fizzled big time. It's
Oh,
Nakamura.
yeah. No doubt.
So Saturday night is going to be a packed show. Alex probably is most likely going to be joining us as well. The Bizarre one will be here as well as I will. So we're going to be touching on Final Battle, Wrestle Kingdom, 205 Live, Impact on Pop, NXT. We're
Final
also
Battle.
final.
How are we gonna touch on that? Isn't that like a pay per view?
Yeah, kind of go over the card.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like cover it. I was like, I think it's.
No. I'm not going to fortunately watch it, but I will. We will cover it on this show. Wrestle Kingdom, though, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch Wrestle Kingdom. I'm gonna wake up and
5 a.m.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna take off from work, and I'm gonna watch that show. I want to see this hype on this show.
You know what's interesting?
Hyping up Wrestle Kingdom, so I'm going to watch it.
You know what's interesting about that? They're saying it's going to be on the Fight app for like $40. You know, but you could pay $10 for the month for the New Japan World, or you can pay $40 for one event. To me, that's kind of odd.
Go over the results, Red Sox fan. 3 a.m. Eastern. Is that when it starts here? Oh, Jesus. I'll be up watching it. Anything else, Dave? You want to touch on Raw or SmackDown before we're live again on Saturday night with a big show? The giveaway, everybody. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to tell you guys now. I'll say it again on Saturday. All right. The giveaway, I'm going to be giving away 4
WrestleMania tickets.
Yes, 4 WrestleMania tickets. No, I'm going to be giving away 4 $50 gift cards to the WWE fan shop. So before WWE gift cards that you can win, and you can win it twice. I'm not going to be taking out anybody's names. You win it, you can win it again. It's our Christmas giveaway there, and then we'll also be doing a Christmas package to one lucky winner as well. So you have to be live here on the show to win those gift cards. I'm going to be doing it with people that are live in the chat room. So that's something for you guys to think about. So Saturday, touching on ROH, Wrestle Kingdom, Impact, 205 Live, NXT, go over the TLC card. And then Sunday night, everybody, we will be live here, with the WWE TLC post show. Get you all talking about TLC and the results. And if we hate it, we love it. Fuck you, Vince, stuff like that. It should be a very, very fun show. And we thank everybody for coming in tonight. A very good showing tonight. About 1,000 viewers, 1,000 viewers exactly. I know I'm a little bit under the weather and I sound like shit, but I do appreciate everybody coming in here and talking with us. What else, Dave?
I was just gonna say, hey, you look at this card; it's a pretty stacked card. Even though there's not a lot of matches you might not like, but the card is stacked with stipulation matches all over the place. So hopefully, it's good.
Yeah, it's a stacked card, and usually sometimes with stacked cards doesn't mean necessarily it's going to be a good show. We can just totally hope that it's a good show and hope and pray. New Japan site US like $8.23 a month because the value of Vin is garbage. Best deal is in what? I think he's talking about the New Japan network or whatever it's called. What's it called, Dave?
New Japan World.
You sound just fine. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, it's only because they're saying that it's only like $10 or whatever it is a month for New Japan World, but if you want to get it on the Fight app, it's like $40.
Okay,
because it's gonna be on the Fight app too if you want to get it on there.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's gonna pretty much wrap up tonight's show. We do appreciate everybody coming in here and giving your interactions with Yin. I think he meant Yin. Not Yin. not Vin. Yin. I gotcha. My bad on that. I should have known what you were saying. Again, we'll be live again on Saturday night. Let's do a quick little shout out to Adam Awesome, Little Zay, Bobarooski, Truth and Loyalty, Kevin, Alice, Jeffrey Cross, Bliss, Red Sox fan, Maz fan, Silver Black Jack, Jody Mania, Bliss Side, all the people that gave us let's see, Super Hard, Speeds, Dr. Huge, Alistair Fiend, Juanito, Jeffrey Cross, thank you for those Super Hearts. We're gonna touch on all of that Saturday night DX. But yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much wrap up the show. We thank everybody for being here. Dave, any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
Um, we got Wednesday night wrestling, Thursday night wrestling, and whatever else. I don't know. See you guys Saturday.
Final battle should be awesome, says Bob Ruski. Looking forward to. I wish I was more into ROH where I could watch it, but I don't want to just jump into it and not really know what the hell's going on. I know I'm going to be kind of doing that with Wrestle Kingdom, but I want to see what this Wrestle Kingdom hype is. I've heard every year that the shows are great. I only see a few matches out of it. I've never woke up early and watched the whole thing, and this year I plan on doing it. So again, thank you so goddamn much to everybody. Thank you to all the moderators in the chat room, Bob Aruski, Red Sox fan, Architect. I think Jeffrey Cross is one of the moderators as well. Y'all do a great job for being moderators and keeping everybody on their toes and blocking the trolls and the haters. So we do appreciate you guys very, very much. Saturday will be a long show. So get your popcorn and soda ready and get ready and buckle up with us to talk wrestling on a Saturday night. We'll end you with some more glorious, because we hope everybody has a glorious rest of the week. Thank you so very, very much for your loyal support, everybody. And don't forget about that giveaway that's happening in 2 weeks. We want everybody to try and get their chance of winning a gift card. Have a great one. Thank you so very much and appreciate all of you. You guys have a great night.